There are many influential things in the world, and power happens to be one of them. Entire kingdoms have been toppled by this force, and families have been completely torn apart. 2 great wars have occurred that we remember, and each one has been worse than the last. Cities were shattered, the buildings were brought down, and the earth was defiled by the blood of thousands of soldiers fighting for something that their heart wasn't even truly into defending. 2,000 years ago, a priceless artifact of great renown was rumored to be found within the forests of an adjacent kingdom. Both kingdoms dispatched teams to dig up the surrounding area, but nothing was ever really found. Soon, the search died down, and the legend became nothing more than that. A legend. The artifact came up several more times throughout history, each time driving the person who acquired possible information mad, whether they were a low class or a high class. The most recent king had started on that dangerous path, but thankfully, he had come to abandon it before a war was started. Both kingdoms were now at peace, and the king and queen decided that a well-deserved break was needed, so they took a vacation, ending up at the beach. Oh, it's been so long since we've been here. Actually, have we even ever been to the beach? I don't remember. Oh, you've been in power so long. Well, not that long, about 4 years, give or take. You know, honestly, it's surprising. I thought that there would be more people here. You know, it is a public beach. You what? You closed the beach off for today. Why am I unsurprised? Thank you. We really needed this, and it's nice, you know? It's nice to get away from everything. I have to deal with the people and more of the royal events and planning and such, which can get stressful, but you have to deal with the people and their problems and the kingdom and the government portion, and I know that can be very stressful as well. So, like I said, we both kind of needed this. It's a great day. It's beautiful. It's warm and sunny, and it's just, the water is beautiful. I can't remember the last time we were out somewhere. About, what was it, 3 years ago? No, it wasn't 3. Maybe 5 or 6 years ago, we went down to that tavern and played the bar games, I want to say. Because remember, our best friend at the time, who was it? The names were Hannah and Jacob. Yes, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. My memory is getting worse, apparently, for some things. I blame the stress and lack of sleep. Yes, Hannah and Jacob. We were doing a guessing game, and they had a little bit too much to drink, and Jacob stood up on the table and he was singing, and then I think you accidentally tilted the table, and then he just ended up sprawled out on the floor, and that's the point where he got kind of cut off. Well, they were almost out of their supply as well. It was kind of a big party. Yeah, it's interesting. Did I ever tell you about the time that I learned how to swim? No? I'm surprised. It seems like everybody knows that about me. Even the people that I don't necessarily want to know that about me. Okay, well, here goes. So, you remember my father. Yes, I know you two didn't get along very well. Well, my father was very good at swimming, and my mother was very good at swimming. However, my father wasn't really a good teacher at all. My mother tried to help, but no, he insisted. He's like, well, I'm going to teach you myself because I am the best swimmer in the kingdom. Naturally, he was kind of self-absorbed. Anyway, he took me to a lake, I believe, one of the ones bordering my old kingdom, and he said, okay, go in. I said, what? Yeah, go in. I just told you, go in the water. It's easy. I said, that water is at least 10 feet deep. And at the time, I was about 5 foot tall. So, a little bit shorter than I am now. And it's just, I told him, I don't want to necessarily get into 10-foot deep water when it's so much taller than me. He said, just go in and you will pick it up right away. It's forcing you to adjust to the environment. And apparently that's how my father learned. His father literally just threw him in the water and said, swim, move like this, and you got it. And he was forced to learn. I really didn't want to do that, so I would pretend to, and I would stand on this little ledge. It was kind of a rock under the water that my father didn't see. He didn't know it was there. And my mother, every night, I would go to a more shallow lake with her, and I would practice swimming. And then, after a few weeks, I would go with my father, and I'd try stepping off the ledge a little more each time, and gradually I began to get it. And then my father, he was so proud, and I haven't told him to this day that my mother was the one who taught me how to swim. It's kind of ironic, really. He was very, very proud of himself and still calls himself the best teacher today, although I believe my mother dissuaded him from starting up a swimming class for the local youth. Probably a good idea. But yeah, that's the story of how I learned how to swim. Speaking of, don't you splash me, the water is cold. I know, I have to get used to it, but that doesn't mean I want to be splashed in the face with it. Don't you dare. I will hide your crown. That's not a threat. I don't know. I'm not good with threats. There's a reason I'm a peacemaker, okay? Let's see. Okay, so my mother always told me that my sister was doing wonderfully. She was a top ruler, and she was just perfect in her kingdom, and I get scared sometimes, you know? I get scared that I'm not good enough for the kingdom, I'm not good enough for you, but you help me see that we're perfect for each other in some ways or another, and I know that we fight, and I know that we get upset with each other, but that just makes our love stronger, right? Yeah. I love you too. Speaking of, I have another story to tell you. Do you remember, there was a girl, a lady that used to be in our castle. She's essentially moved by now. I think her sister still lives there. Anyway, Her name was Maisie. Do you remember her by any chance? Yeah, right. I forgot you don't do well with names sometimes. She's taller. She's got short blonde hair, kind of pixie cut, kind of tannish skin, dark eyes. Yeah. Yeah, her. Okay, so she was my best friend, one of them, throughout these last few years. And I would spend time with her while you were gone doing, things for the kingdom. And so something funny happened the other day. I was out shopping with her. Yeah, we needed some things. I know there are servants for it, but sometimes it's more pleasing to do it yourself, Yeah. So I was out shopping with Maisie the other day, and she asked if she could come and live back in the castle. Just temporarily, just not for, the rest of her life, just for a few years or so. Her husband, actually, he passed away because there was an incident in the village and he didn't make it out. Her brother is with her. He's very, very sweet. He'll take care of him. I mean, her, but I know, I messed up. I'm getting to the part. Hold on. So, Maisie told me that she's expecting a little boy. Yes, of course. And she's going to name him John after his father. And it's here's the funny part. You'll get a kick out of this. So I was talking to Maisie and another one of my friends, Azarin, and I was saying I'd been feeling weird lately. Like, I haven't been having any energy. I've been very, very hungry. I haven't been really wanting to get up and do much. And then other times I've just had bursts of energy, like crazy hyper, and I never want to stop. And then I'll just feel really, really sick, and I don't know what to do with myself, and I won't be able to move. It's just such an overwhelming feeling of nausea, and it doesn't go away, which really sucks, because I'm not very good with that. But I was telling Maisie about this, and Azarin and her suggested that I go see Dr. Bell over, he lives on, Jewelry Road over there. And the doctor had some news for me that I'm pregnant. Of course, we won't know if it's a boy or a girl yet, but you're happy? I'm so glad. No, I didn't know how you'd feel. I'm so glad you're happy. Yeah. He said I'm about, from what he's guessing, about a month along. So I've got about 8 more to go. If it's a standard pregnancy anyway. But I was thinking that guest room that we had on the side of our room, not connected, but close to, we could convert that into the baby's room when she's old enough. I'd say I'm kind of hoping for a girl. Boys are hard to deal with. Yeah, they are. I mean, I'm a girl, so I think I know what girls need. Sometimes girls can be hard to deal with too. Yeah, I was just wondering what you would like to name the baby. So if it's a boy, what do you think? We are not. No. Why? We are not naming our son Warlock. No, it's not happening. Adam? That's a good name. Okay, what about for a girl? That's a good name. I like Anastasia. Or Anna? I know they're very strange sounding names sometimes, but I really do like them. And can you imagine the trouble that our child will get into if he's anything like either of us? Yeah, I know I did it again. I'm not going to call it an it. I'm going to say he or she. Okay, fine. The baby. Are you happy? Can't imagine what kind of trouble the baby will get up to if they're anything like us when we were younger. Okay, I remember a time when my father locked all the windows in the house and you managed to take a rock and scratch a hole through it and climb through. I still don't know how you did that without injuring yourself. Yeah, that was a bit difficult to explain to Zelda the next morning what you had done. Zelda. She was our, she was our maid, remember? You had a few run-ins with her while you were pretending not to sneak out. She's like, oh, I've been over all day, but I just got here. And it's like, that statement doesn't make sense. So, what are you going to teach the baby to do? Hopefully not swimming. I think I've got that part covered. Yes, I agree. Do not let my father near the baby. Or the baby and water. Yeah, not such a good idea. He'll try to teach a swim class again. I wonder if we should get a puppy. Just a little one, or the neighbor village has all sorts of cats. We could get a cat. I want something, just so we know that our child will never be lonely. I know that they most likely won't be, but it's just something to guarantee, I love you so much. You are going to be a great father. You're already a great husband, so. And I promise you, we can do this, okay? It's just another challenge that we'll overcome and we'll have fun doing it. Sure, there will be lots of troubles and frustrations, but hey, nothing can be harder than managing a kingdom, right? I love you so much, my king.